sweet peeps. I'm Vicki Loper. I'm the healing artist. And today we're going to be working on a small painting that is 5 by 7 inches, and we will be doing an abstract. I've prepared the canvas so that we can go straight ahead with the painting, and I'll talk to you about that when I'm doing it, how I prepared the canvas. And then before we do anything, of course, we're going to go into alpha. We're going to lower our brain waves to alpha, which is the most creative and the most relaxed brain stage to be in. Okay, so, and it's a very simple practice. 3 cleansing breaths and saying down, down, down in a deeper voice so we can feel it when it goes down. And then we'll sit for a quiet second. It just takes a second so that you feel when you're in alpha. And it's interesting, I've noticed that when I'm putting these videos together, when I'm going through them and I'm doing the lowering my brain state to alpha while I'm working, it just naturally goes there. so I go to alpha immediately. But anyway, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to have some fun. And I'm going to be having classes on Patreon, and they will probably be started in a couple of weeks. Now, my art classes are going to be very different from a lot of the art classes that are on YouTube and other channels. Mine are going to be healing, spirituality, and art, and the art techniques, art study, all of that. It's going to be all rolled up into one because that's where my art comes from. And I'd love to teach as many people as possible how to create their art this way because it's extremely healing. It just is. So anyway, here we go into alpha. Down, down, down. Okay, I'm in alpha, and you are too, even if you didn't do the exercise. If you just listen to me, it will lower your brain waves. So anyway, we're going to start painting now, and here we go. So here's the little painting that we're working on. And okay, this is, the texture is modeling paste that I put on the canvas before I paint. And then after I do the modeling paste and it dries, all of this is acrylic. When it dries, then I paint it with silver and gold. And I like the combination of both of them together. It's more of a little bit more of a champagne kind of color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, probably on this little painting, red and Payne's gray and maybe a little more silver in the beginning. We'll see how this goes, where it goes. So I'm going to start now, and I was really attracted to this red this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and start with it. It's a beautiful red. It's a crimson sort of red, blue red, not the orange red. And I don't know why I was so attracted to it this morning. You never know what's going to strike you when you start creating. So anyway, and this is Payne's gray. I love the combination of really red and black, but I use Payne's gray. I use it quite a bit, actually. I use it most of the time instead of black. Now my brain waves are in alpha, which helps a lot. So I'm going to use a much smaller brush. And all of my things that I do are layered. So it's not quick what I do. Okay, this is kind of a semicircle that I'm putting in here because my abstracts that I'm doing, all of them at this stage are Circle of Life paintings, and I think I explained that to you in a previous video what the Circle of Life, the meaning was. Or is. Feel like I need a red circle in here too. So last week we did a little lion portrait on a 5x7 note card. And now we're doing an abstract. This is actually on a canvas. It's a gallery stretch canvas, which means that the canvas stretches around the canvas stretcher, and it makes kind of a nice little presentation. I mean, you don't frame these. Just put them on the wall, or you can stand them up on your desk or whatever. But I like to put them on the wall in little groupings. Excuse me if you see a bobble. It's actually me hitting the camera. Camera's got to be real close, and the brushes are a little long to not hit the cameras. So going to add a little gold to this painting too. Now, a lot of times I talk about, essentially staying either with the cool colors or the warm colors. But in this particular little painting, I'm kind of mixing them both. I like using texture on the abstracts because it gives the painting a new element and creates depth, and it's part of my design. It's part of my, it's almost like directs me in where I want to go when I'm using the paint and the color. Oops, keep bumping the camera. So I'm coming in here to soften some of the edges of these things. I use my silver and gold for that. I'm still in alpha because alpha allows your brain to be totally cognizant, so you can make all sorts of decisions and think while your brain is doing its thing. It's really an amazing thing. I mean, going into alpha is really what opened me up to the universe. So if you have any young friends that you think this would be helpful, you know, I think it would be helpful for everybody personally. It makes life easier in a lot of ways. I mean, you can use alpha for all sorts of things besides creative, but it really is nice to use it for your creative. I don't know how well this goes on camera, but I do layers when I'm painting the abstracts. Because when the background is finished, it will have a lot of different colors in the background too. I mean, it'll be primarily the silver, but it will also have all the colors that are in the paintings. Putting more red in. I don't want it to be quite so soft. I want the red to be more prominent. You can also see it starting to have some depth. This particular circle recedes in back of this red with the texture, as does this part of the circle and this part of the circle. I can make them come right back up if I wanted to by going over the red. I'll do that with the Payne's Gray so you can see what I'm talking about. My Circle of Life paintings are messy. because life is messy. And the reason I use Payne's Gray in a lot is because it's softer. You still get the feeling of black, but it's a softer color. Now you can see how this circle is coming towards you more instead of receding, because it's over the red, which brings it more to the forefront. And this red circle I'll kind of outline a little bit with the Payne's Gray, so you can see that effect too. I should come with a warning label. I'm going back. I'm going back to the Payne's Gray, receding. Okay, I like that better. Wiping my brush off with the excess paint. Putting a little gold in here. And a little silver. I'm going to soften these lines with silver. There's always a part of the painting, usually before you get to the middle of being finished, that you go, "Ooh, I don't like that." But then you keep going, and then it starts coming out and really revealing itself. Okay, so as you can see, I've done more work on this little painting because it takes a while to do what I do with layers. So this, I've probably worked, maybe 2 more hours on it. And right now what I'm doing is putting a polymer gloss over it to protect it and bring out the colors a little more. I'm also going to put a little glitter on it, which I put glitter. It's artist glitter. It's a real fine glitter. So I put a little sparkle on it. And then we'll be done. So I put the sparkle on with the polymer too. It's kind of hard to see the sparkle on video or on in photography, but you'll kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. So it's all sparkly. So anyway, that's it for this little painting. And you all have a really good life until we see each other again. And remember to make it a good day. Have a good day from making it a good day. And we'll see you again in about a week. And please like, subscribe, and share so we can grow the channel because there's a whole lot more coming. Bye-bye for now.